Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. All right, let's get straight to it. Jai Opetaia easily beats Brandon Glanton. He's the first and new Zuffa champion. He retains his Ring Magazine title. And I don't think anyone knows what's going on with the IBF. Hopefully there is some sort of U-turn here, some sort of resolution. It would be wrong if Jai was to be stripped. And you know what? Because Jai wants to become undisputed and there is now an easy route to become undisputed, like he could become undisputed in the next two fights. Do I think that will happen? I'm not quite sure, but that could happen, right? The WBC champion is probably the fight they're going to do next, Mykhailian, and then the winner of Zerda and Benavidez. I mean, I make that sound easy, but it is really, isn't it? I mean, it is easy. There's a lot of money in the sport. I'm sure these fights can happen. So hopefully the IBF do the right thing here. Jai pays the sanctioning fees if he's not paid it already. There is maybe a sit down between the IBF president, Dana White, Turkey, Jai, and they can get this nonsense resolved. I said that Jai beat Brandon easily, and he did. I mean, the scorecards reflect that, right? 119, 106 across the board. If you didn't watch the fight and you saw those scorecards, you'd think it was a one-sided beatdown. And it was one-sided, but it wasn't really a beatdown. There were moments in the fight where I wanted to see Jai go through the gears, but we didn't quite see that. So yeah, it was a little disappointing. Not for me. I'm a massive Jai Opetaia fan, but I think this was Jai's first fight in America, and I know what the American public are like. They would have heard a lot about Jai Opetaia, and we've been screaming about him like, wait till you see this guy, wait till he gets to America. And they've been waiting, and I think they wanted to see a little bit more as well. It's like the way they are with Inoue. I mean, look how they are with him, and it could be pound for pound number one. And they're like, yeah, you're doing it over in Japan, you're doing it over in Saudi, you've done it in the UK, but we need to see something in America. And they're still not impressed with Inoue, which is crazy. So I understand how they aren't going to be too impressed with Jai. They want to see bloods and guts. They want to see a lot of that stuff. And we didn't really get that from the performance. Sergio Mora, who I work with at DAZN, I think he even tweeted that Jai on that performance is very beatable. Again, this is a guy that shut out Brandon Glanton 119, 106 and didn't look in any trouble. Yet, again, look at the narrative. He's beatable on that performance. And I was like, stop it. Beatable by who? Like, for me, Jai is still the #1 cruiserweight in the world. And look, I mean, Zerda looked really good against Subriel Smith. We've not even seen Benavidez in the weight class, and people are already crowning him the #1 in the division, which is crazy, right? I mean, he's not had a fight yet in the division. So, look, Jai needed to maybe go through the gears a bit more. There were a couple of moments where Brandon was clearly hurt, and you want to see Jai kind of really perform. Again, it's your first fight on Zuffa. It's your first fight in Vegas, first fight to an American audience, and maybe you wanted to see a bit more. But look, I'm okay with it. My only question or query is I've kind of crowned Jai this almost immortal warrior, right? I've kind of given that title already. And some people have kind of said, Ade, 1 second, calm down. Like, he is flatlining the C-level fighters, which is true. But when we see him in there against the B, or maybe even, yeah, Bradis was a B at the time, we're not seeing the same flatlining. We aren't, it's true, right? Like, Bradis was very much at the end, and we didn't see him run through Bradis. In fact, Bradis caused him some problems. Brandon is a C, B level fighter, and we didn't see him go through the gears here. What we've been seeing him do has been, if we're honest, been flatlining D-level minus C-level fighters. Can he do it against the very best? And that's still yet to be proven. I think he can. I think he will rise to the occasion. I think once he's opposite someone where there's a bit of a fear factor, a Benavidez, a Zerda maybe, even a Mykhailian, who I think he'll beat comfortably, then we might see the best of Jai. But I can understand why some people are saying this. Because again, it's okay, destroying the Jordan Thompsons of the world and Ellis Zorro, those type of fighters. What can you do when you're in there against someone who has a granite chin, who will punch back with mean intentions? I will argue that and say, well, I can just outbox them 119, 106. That's what I would say. But I can understand how some detractors are like, not quite sure. Not quite sure. I don't think people maybe put into context the amount of pressure that Jai has been under in the last week or so with this IBF nonsense. Again, this is a man that is very proud of that title, wanted to become undisputed. I still think will become undisputed. And all week, it's not been about Brandon Glanton, it's about the IBF. All week, about Zuffa or IBF. I've made videos about it. And it's been loud in his ear. And yes, you'll try and block it off. Your team will try and almost protect you from that noise, but it will seep through. You'll see what people are saying. There's a lot of pressure. And also, I mean, Jai is a kid from Australia, was a kid from Australia. His dream growing up would have been a world title fight under the bright lights in Vegas. And look, the apex isn't quite that, but it's still in Vegas. His name would have been on the strip. This is his dream. And that comes with a certain amount of pressure as well. Sorry to interrupt the video, but this is very important. If you're one of these people that watch the channel and don't hit that subscribe button or forgot to hit that subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. I am trying to get to 200,000 subscribers and I need you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. All right, back to the video. Yes, Jai's been in big fights, but in the UK against Jordan Thompson and in Saudi against, I can't remember the names now. Obviously Bradis was one, Zorro, and apologies, I forgot the British kid. How have I forgot that? But basically what I'm trying to get at is nothing like this. This is a different type of pressure. You're the new big signing. You're fighting for the Zuffa title, and we might laugh at it, but it might mean something to him. And all week it's about IBF. And you're thinking, fuck, I just want to get rid of this Brandon Glanton kid who we know is tough, who's never been hurt in a fight. I don't think he's ever been down in a fight. So look, I understand the pressure, and that's why I kind of accept the performance. It was almost a case of just get the job done. Get the job done and move on to a unification if you can keep the IBF, and then move on to what would be a super fight against the winner of Benavidez Zerdo. And that's kind of what he got. That's kind of what happened. So let's give him a bit of a break. All the narrative about all of a sudden Benavidez beats him and Zerdo beats him. It's just fight fans, huh? Fight fans. But well done to Jai on the win. All right, what else is there to talk about? Dalton Smith preparing for summer homecoming against Alberto Puello. Fuck me, that's a tough fight. That's a tougher fight than Subriel Matias. It is. That's a tough fight, boy. Like I was there. I've said this a few times, but I was there for Puello against Matias. I thought Puello won that fight. He won that fight. He beat Gary Antoine Russell. Like, ain't no joke, you know. Honestly, ain't no joke. This is gonna be a tough one. I mean, can Dalton beat him? Yeah. Dalton's look, he fucking stopped Matias. Dalton's very good. The crowd's on his side, but this is a horrible first defense. Of all the fucking fights you can have, this might be one of the worst at 140 is your first defense. Not even a gimme first defense. Anthony Yarde's trainer and manager, so this is Tunde, saying, we want overdue fight with Joshua Buatsi. Might as well. You know, my only worry for both of them is I don't know how big it is next. Or now, sorry. I don't know how big it is. I mean, there was a time when I was like, yeah, this does the O2 Arena, right? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, at a push, it could, just because we wanted and waited for it for so long. So it probably still can, if sold correctly. But obviously it isn't as big as it was, I don't know, 4 years ago. Obviously Yarde's coming off that defeat, and it wasn't a great performance against Benavidez. Yes, we know who Benavidez is, but it still wasn't a great performance. And Buatsi's coming off a win against Zach Parker, but it's a fight many thought he lost. So neither right now are coming into this fight on good ground, like with real good stock. I mean, I like both, not just as boxers, as people. So I wish them the best. And look, if they are going to get it on, I'm fucking sitting on the fence, very neutral on it. But I feel like we might have missed a window when it could have been really big and could have been for a world title. But still a great fight if it happens. Dave Allen set for world-class opponent in May. You know, that performance or defeat to Arslanbek Makhmudov might not be the worst thing that ever happened. Like Arslanbek, I think you'll be surprised how good Arslanbek does against Fury. Will he beat Fury? No, not saying he will, obviously not. But I think he'll do a lot better than people expect. I think people expect Fury to be on his toes and running around and just out jabbing him and pot shotting. I don't think Fury's got the legs for that anymore. I think Arslanbek will cause him some problems, which in turn will make Dave Allen look a lot better. So although I look at that and think, really, again, this world-class opponent thing, I do think that Dave Allen's stock hasn't gone down too far, because I think Arslanbek will make that defeat look better than it was. Have I kind of got that right? Yeah. I go back to London tomorrow, in a few hours. I go back, early flight, and then we are off to Dublin on Friday for Jazza Dickens versus Anto Cacace. Really looking forward to that. And credit to Jazza Dickens as well. Obviously, he's had a torrid time of getting to Dublin. I don't know if he's based in Dubai, but I'm guessing he was training in Dubai. And we know what's going on in the world at the moment. So I can't wait for it. It's going to be a cracking atmosphere. The Free Arena is incredible. It's I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Free Arena. It's one of the best. If you can get there for a fight, please do. It's so gladiatorial because like it's very steep. So the ring's like this, and then it kind of the where the audience sit, the crowd is kind of steep, all looking down at the ring. Very intimidating, very loud, very noisy. Like the First Direct Arena, exactly like the First Direct. Very good arena. Looking forward to going. And then it's busy, man. We've got Lidard at the Copper Box. I think I go back to Ireland for, I think it might be Michael Conlon. And then obviously a Talma Franklin. Then, what else we got? Wilder, Chisora. Who knows about Fury, Arslanbek? I know it's on Netflix, but who knows, right? Then it's just more and more. We got Inoue, Nakatani, Wardley Dubois, and loads more, right? Loads more. I'm missing so many. Benavidez, Zerdo, jeez. All right, guys, girls, anyway, we are done. I'll see everyone very, very soon. The next time you see me, I'll be home in my studio. Peace.